Vice President of the Civil War organization that we have here. He's been on it since day one with probably 7 or 8 others here that we'll get into a little bit in a few minutes. Okay, so John, he's got a few words to start things off.
All right, I'm going to talk real loud. I hope you can hear me in the back. Okay?
Looks so fun.
All right. Once upon a time, 164 years ago, in 1861, the ground upon which you are sitting, standing, and all the area around it, as far as you can see, no houses, no roads, just farm fields. In April of 1861, Fort Sumter is fired upon by the Confederates. And at that time, Abraham Lincoln, the president, called out for 75,000 volunteers. The governor of New York picked Elmira, population 8,000 people, because we were a transportation hub with railroads and a canal. And the governor said, I'm picking 3 mustering sites: Albany, New York City, and little old Elmira. Thousands. Now, they set up 4 camps in this area, in Elmira. And they named them Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3, Camp 4. But they also named them after prominent Elmira citizens. So we had Camp Arnott, we had Camp Post. They were barracks camps located up around Wegmans and Big Lots. Camp 3 was where you are right now, called Camp Rathbone. And then Camp 4, Camp Robinson, that was across the river on the south side. Thousands of young men left their homes, they left their families, and they came to Elmira to enlist. And now it was Elmira's job to feed them, clothe them, house them, equip them, and then train them. From 1861 to 1863, over 30,000 young men, volunteers, draftees, came to Elmira, and they were mustered into 21 regiments, infantry, several artillery batteries, and some cavalry units, and then sent south to fight in the Civil War. I submit to you, Elmira is the most significant Civil War site in the state of New York. Don't know. Because of all we did. Okay. Once upon a time, in 2014, there was a man by the name of Marty Chalk. Who became quite intrigued with Civil War history in Elmira. And he decided it had to be preserved and promoted. And he therefore decided, we're going to go on a journey and we're going to make this happen. And what he did, the first thing he did was, he put together a group of civic-minded history buffs in Elmira, and this organization be called the Friends of the Elmira Civil War Prison Camp. Now, they started the journey, but all of a sudden, they encountered numerous seemingly impossible obstacles to try and overcome. But with the leadership of Marty, his calm demeanor, his dedication, his perseverance,
wait, I wrote the rest of
it. His calmness in the face of adversity, thank you. And also his unique talent for gentle persuasion, this group overcame those roadblocks. And you see it before you today when you look at all the buildings back there and all the things that have been erected. An original Civil War building that was here at the time in which the camp was here, which had been taken down, stored all over Chemung County. Marty made sure it came back, not only came back, but came back to this site, not some other site. This is the hallowed ground, the historic ground in need to be on. That's our white building over there. Then the idea came up, hey, why don't we build a Union Civil War barracks? Hey, why not? So we got everybody together, some of you were involved helping us do this, and we built an 18-foot wide, 88-foot long Union barracks which housed 100 men. Then someone said, hey, why don't we come up with an observation tower? Hey, that's a good idea. So we went and we did that. Then the idea was, what about a memorial garden? Yeah, let's do that. What about a memorial brick patio? Yeah, let's do that. And then why don't we create a life-size replica stockade wall with a sentry post? And we did that right behind you. Now, basically, in looking at all of that, well, we're gathered here now to start the next project. And in a few minutes, we're going to go over there, when it stops raining, we're going to take those shovels, and we're going to break ground for a visitor center. And that visitor center is going to enable us to better preserve and promote the significant contribution Elmira made during the Civil War to the Union cause. And it's going to help us to better educate the public in regards to Elmira's unique, rich Civil War heritage. Okay, Marty, well.
One of our founding people.
Don't do anything. So it is fitting. Hang on, I gotta pull something out. I apologize. Therefore, it is so fitting that this building be named the Marty D. Chalk Elmira Civil War Visitor Center. Marty didn't know anything about it.
Oh, good. Nice.
I want to read you what the inscription is, and it's so fitting. You can look at it. In 2014, Marty Chalk's vision to preserve, protect, promote Civil War history in Chemung County led to the formation of the Friends of the Elmira Civil War Prison Camp. As president, Marty set the direction and pace for restoration projects, drawing upon his many community contacts. He recruited numerous volunteers and businesses to give their time, money, and expertise toward preservation. Their contributions enabled Elmira's historic ground to be restored. In appreciation of Marty's work and accomplishments as our founder, the Friends of the Elmira Civil War Prison Camp Board of Directors voted to honor Marty by naming the proposed visitor center building after him. Bill Clary. Oh, by the way, we're going to keep our comments real brief. Bill Clary would like to say a few words.
Just a few. I know Marty's probably
Tell them who you are.
Well, they know who I am.
I know.
First, I want to give a shout out to some very important people that really put so much time. A shout out to Sue Hamlin, Doug Oaks slash any of these people we could have named this after, you know, to give some due credit here. Of course, Marty is, you know, more than deserving.
Marty promised to keep that.
John Price has hung in there for, has it been 10 years, John? Yeah, 10 years. And then, of course, Mary and Dean Callan, the good Lord brought them in. I don't know where they came from, but somewhere out of Pittsburgh area, I guess. She's an Elmira native. My brother might have dated her in high school. I'm not going to talk about that. We may need to tap her for a little more. So, but, you know, one thing I want to say about Marty is he's a descendant of the Carosa family.
Joe,
Most
turn
of the
that side.
Carosas are very familiar with prisons. Talk about my favorite uncles or aunts and
You're one of us.
ancestors. We've never had a building named after us. It's kind of ironic that it's a prison building. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All I can say is thank you. I prepared some notes. They're not worth a damn thing. At the very beginning of this project, 11 years ago, I told our board of directors, anything that we achieve, it will be because we work together as a team. And what you see here today, what you'll see here completed next year, it's because of the teamwork. And I want to single out some people on our board of directors. Quite honestly, were it not for John Trice, this project would never have gotten off. John called me 11 years ago, and he told me about a building that had been taken down that was part of the original prison camp. And he said, it is in storage. Is there any way that we can purchase a piece of property from the Elmira Water Board? So we identified a piece of property, formed the board of directors, got a grant from Chemung County to buy the property, and we're off and running. John, thank you. This is your dream come true. Along the way, we were joined by Terry Chevy and Doug Oaks. I will tell you, you will not find two more devoted, dedicated people than Terry and Doug. This is not a project for them. It's a way of life for them. I think they spend more time here than they do home. And also along the way, we were blessed with some guardian angels. Mary and Dean Callan and Joanne and Bill Clary. Lois, I know this might be the first time in your life that you've ever heard your son Billy described as an angel. In this case, it's true. Mary and Dean, Joanne and Bill, thank you for your dedication, your generosity, and most of all, thank you for your time. There are some people who are no longer with us, and Bill mentioned Sue Hamlin. Sue was a driving force, most of the time driving me crazy. But Sue simply would not allow this project to not be successful. And whenever she would call, if we weren't moving fast enough, she let me know. So my philosophy on life is very simple. 4 words, do the right thing. And that's the way we have built this. Slow and deliberate. But that didn't work for Sue. Sometimes she would call and say, and I knew I was in trouble when she started with Mr. Chalk. Mr. Chalk, do we think these buildings are going to sprout up out of the ground like a mushroom, or like a building? But Sue was dedicated, and again, there was no way that she was going to let this fail. Last month, I lost a very dear friend, Joe Sheepan. Joe was my next door neighbor for many years. He was the one who got me interested in the Civil War. And Joe and his wife Diane, and Joe and I made numerous trips to Gettysburg, Antietam, Harper's Ferry, looking for ideas for our prison camp. And we did. The more beer we drank, the better the ideas. But Joe was our very first treasurer, and he helped us get off the ground financially. So Sue and Joe were thinking of you. Also Tom Meyer. Tom was on our original board, and Tom's job, when he joined our board, he was going to be the chair of our capital campaign. He's not here, but he's with us in spirit. And Tom helped me a great deal on how to raise money, stay away from easy money. You have to work hard for it. So Tom, I know you're with us also. There's one other gentleman by the name of Neil Weigel who was not with us for very long. But Neil was, in his own way, a driving force because he kept writing letters to the editor about this being a great place, the Elmira Civil War prison camp. Somebody should do something. Well, when we started our project, we invited Neil to join us, and he made Sue Hamlin look patient. But poor people who were with us at the beginning. So I just want to say thank you to an incredibly dedicated board of directors. I knew something was up when all of my favorite people showed up here. God bless you all. I love you.
Okay, the rain has stopped. It's now time to get to work. So we have a groundbreaking crew with us today. And as I call your name, would you please proceed over to the semi-dry? Oh, and you'll get an OSHA hat as you go. Okay, Nan Moss, the Elmira City Councilwoman. Thank you, Nan. Scott Beecher, Vice Chair of the Southern Tier Economic Group. Jennifer Herrick McGonigal, President of the Chemung County Chamber. And Sarah Lattin, who is representing Senator Tom O'Mara's office. Would you please go over? Tom Sweet, Vice Chair of the Chemung County Legislature. Marty Chalk. Marty? I'm coming back to work here. And John Trice. Oh, that's me. Okay.